Geez, technology.
You're in the queue.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Ray.
Shauna. You got your fall clothes, your fall wardrobe on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, there you go. We hear you loud and clear.
Ray, your cat is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's like a kid, right? If you don't see him, you start to get suspicious.
Yep.
So I look in the living room and he stole George's sandwich out of his bag and put it behind my chair in the living room.
What a jerk.
Oh, so not only is it a thief, but he's pinning it on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Planting evidence.
With Gaspé.
Yeah, I used to live there. I've been over the Gaspésie for, I think I lived there maybe 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. That's such a beautiful area.
Yeah, I spent a bunch of my childhood there, doing some voilier and being on boats and stuff. Fishing was pretty cool. Yes.
Who here has never been to Percé?
To where?
Percé, Quebec.
Oh, I haven't been.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Gotta go. It is a phenomenally beautiful part of the province, and when you come up over that hill and you're at the top and you're looking down on the village, it's like a picture postcard.
And you need to go before we lose the hole in the Rocher Percé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Climate change and erosion.
Well, you know, in the South Ocean bottom of Australia, there's a spot, it's called the 12 Apostles. And rather than being these formations being out of clay, they're actually out of sandstone. It's one of the big tourist spots. You can go down by bus when you leave Melbourne. One of the things that we did when we were in Australia. It was called the 12 Apostles. So when we got there, there's like 9 of these things, and I'm counting them going, wait a second, wait a second. There's some apostles missing. And that's exactly what's been happening to them over the years. It's erosion.
Yeah.
Right? Eventually they just get too small at the bottom to carry the base at the top, because that's where it's most eroded, right? And then eventually it's like
changing. Yeah.
Done. Oh. What
This
is
is
it, a him
Lily.
or a her, and what's his or her name?
This is Lily. She's 14 years old. She's a pug chihuahua.
Whoa, hey
Wow.
Lily.
Pug Chihuahua?
Pug chihuahua.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
She's
don't
so
care, huh?
cute.
Well, one of my Yorkies just turned 15.
Oh.
Yeah. But she's very senior. I have a lot of cleaning up to do every day.
Yeah.
Look.
Aw.
Oh.
He's so tiny.
Hmm.
That's Brutus. That's the one that we're going to have, the one with brown collar.
That's the cutest one.
Aren't they adorable?
You have to go and pick him up.
Well, actually, it turns out she just moved to New Brunswick last year, and she drives. She visits her mother in Dundas, just outside Hamilton, actually.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to see if we can time it so that when she's
You know
on her
what?
way to Dundas, that we can.
I'll
sort
go
of
pick
meet
up your dog for you.
Really, and then visit the. Where are you? Where are you, Shauna?
I live in Guelph.
Oh, okay.
I go to Hamilton. My daughter was born at the hospital in Hamilton, so I'm quite familiar.
McMaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my kids are born there. How you doing, Jeff? Speaking of family men,
Yeah, I'm good, Ray. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking. Very considerate of you.
Ray, when are your technical difficulties going to start for this one?
I know Gary missed the last. Oh, it was a real mess, Gary. I had pressed leave instead of pressing play on the video. So I was out of Zoom. I had to get back in and it opened up another account. I don't know why, but anyway, so of course I couldn't get back in. So I had to open a new account, start from scratch and enter as a guest. And anyway, you missed it. It was very hilarious.
Yeah, well, don't be punching buttons today. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for bringing that up.
Well, I have to say that when I looked at the video recording of it, you edited your errors out very well, Ray.
That's what I do. If you can only do that with life.
Yeah. Word only so easy.
That's right. So here we are, going to see who our WOW ambassadors this month are.
Hi, Alex. It's Gary. I wanted to again underscore my nomination of you as a WOW ambassador for the month of August. Your assistance to our friends up at Telelink was just outstanding. This move to Genesis has been a huge undertaking for each of the centers that's done this, and we've had some of our other friends reach out to us prior to our own conversion in June, giving us help and so forth. But the experience that we had from that, and your not just the generosity of the day of the move, but the generosity in so many conversations that I know you had with their IT team leading up to their cut in late August, was so very much appreciated. And sometimes just knowing somebody has your back, as was the case with the cut day itself, is all the security that you really need in case of the last minute something goes wrong. I mean, it's like, our cut went well, theirs went well, thank goodness, and hopefully every other one will go well, but it's always a little bit nerve-wracking. And so your assistance in that regard, I think, over and above, again, like I said, dealing with our own ongoing post-Genesis cut, issues here, there, plus real life issues that, we deal with on a day-to-day basis, was just exceptional. And so for that, you, my friend, are an exceptional WOW, August WOW ambassador. Hi, Stéphane. It's Gary. I'm here to underscore my nomination for you as a WOW ambassador for the month of August. The gift that you brought back to me, but really for the entire company, from your vacation in the Île de la Madeleine, was just made me go, wow, and was an absolute no-brainer. So I'm going to ask Ray to include some images in the video, recognizing you for this lovely, wonderful, generous gesture, because I wasn't able to put them into the WOW itself when I sent it out. So just so unique, so absolutely different, so unexpected, so very wow. So I hope eventually everybody will make it to the office somehow and be able to see them in person.
Bonjour à tous. Mon message s'adresse à notre récipiendaire du prix Leader émergent, Magali. Tout d'abord, Magali, au nom de toute l'équipe, je veux te féliciter pour le prix que tu as reçu dans le cadre de la campagne d'excellence SASA 2023 à titre de Leader émergent. Grâce à l'appel mystère que tu as reçu et qui s'est classé parmi les 10 meilleurs appels et ce parmi tous les appels ayant obtenu une note parfaite de 100% bien entendu, par chacune des compagnies participantes et récompensées par le programme. C'est vraiment un honneur pour nous tous chez I24 d'avoir été reconnus de cette manière par ton accomplissement. Avoir le souci du travail bien fait et avoir à cœur la bonne gestion de nos appels sont des qualités que tu possèdes et tu peux en être fier car nous, on est fiers de toi. Merci Magali et bravo pour ton appel exemplaire et pour cette récompense bien méritée.
Bravo, ambassadors. 3 of you who are on the call today, actually. Yay.
Yes, congratulations.
Was Shauna in our ovation?
Yeah, and absolutely. Listen, Shauna had more recognition in this video, I think, than anybody's had in any video so far, any month so far. So yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was a plentiful wow and thank you and Client Ovation month this month of August, I'll tell you, which is unusual for a summer month because everybody's generally so otherwise preoccupied with all kinds of stuff, and not this month. This year was a super month of August. So no, you know what I meant to mention? I realized, look at
Hey, you were spoiling stuff, Xavier. Don't spoil those things.
Don't say it aloud. You don't know what happened here.
I have a good idea what's about to happen here. Funny. Oh, Xavier, thank you for giving me the body that I will never have.
Wait, what? No, that's a real picture. That's a real picture of you. That's what I've been told.
Right.
I found that on the internet.
That's my pre-5 o'clock body.
That's why he always wears a shirt with a collar, so he hides it.
There you go. Yeah. That's my Friday and Saturday night going out body. Oh, super. I was going to say, what I didn't mention in the video, because obviously we want to keep it contained and so forth, but I can tell you guys that are on the call today. Or Stéphane, maybe you want to tell everybody actually what that I-24, and there is another portion to that, which is an I-24 mascot here, which is in the shape of our I-24 security officer, Eli Pinchuk Blair. Tell them what it is all about, Stéphane, because it's a fascinating story.
Yeah, that's a company in Madeline Island that does. They invent a special glue they use to make a block of sand, and they can sculpt that sand. They can sculpt anything out of that sand after. They have a castle of sand. They have all the later. That's why I couldn't pass beside that when I saw the later. There was a stand with Ile de la Madeleine 2024 on it, and I asked if they have all the later for I-24. And I also saw that little dog, because that company also has a dog as a mascot.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's cool.
And the company is
Atelier Côtier.
In case you're interested in Googling that one also. Yeah. So Alex, tell us, post the Telelink cut, have they been back in touch to go, what do you do with this?
No, and I haven't reached out because I have no spare time to give to them. I don't want to know what they want from me.
Yeah, careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah, but it seems to have gone fine.
Well, there's a wonderful camaraderie in this industry, and it's nice to work in an industry where competitors are also supportive of one another. I don't know any other industry. When I talk to people that I know that are fellow business people and say, how does this work in your industry? It's, when I tell them the uniqueness of the relationships in this one, way back in the day when we didn't have our own equipment and we were all renting from the phone companies at the time. And for those of you that are not old enough to know this, the phone company business was a monopoly. In other words, there was only one operating phone company per area, and it was licensed by or governed by the CRTC. In Quebec and Ontario, as an example, we had Bell Canada. And that was it. So if you wanted a phone, you got it from Bell Canada. And this is long before cell phones, right? This is just landlines. And so we all rented our switchboard equipment, like the old Lily Tomlin switchboard equipment, to give you a visual. It's because they have a monopoly mentality still, which is, you'll get what I give you, and here's the outrageous price for it. And so the association was formed by some people back in the day. The association grew out of creating a larger voice by association. There wasn't a lot of competitiveness between people, so they could afford to bond together in the hundreds of companies that there were in the country in order to have this voice. And that sense of us against the monopolies created this really strong bond that to this day, even though any of us can take clients from anywhere, still exists. And when we get together at conference, and when we get together for webinars, and when we get together for Coach You, there is a sharing of all of the knowledge of making our businesses stronger and smarter and faster and everything that it takes to remain relevant in the marketplace. And the only information that we don't share now is anything to do with sales and marketing, because that's where we are competitive. So today, a parcel came in. Jonathan, this is directed towards you. Sabrina knows already. I reached out to her, let her know. Our friends at Intercon, who are in Drayton Valley, Alberta, Pat Voss is the owner. They, during the wildfires, I think we put something out in our newsletter to that effect. They were evacuated from the town of Drayton Valley overnight, literally with, I think, 10 hours or 12 hours notice. And Pat has an entire operation that she and her staff run in Drayton Valley, a huge building. They had to relocate an hour away into Edmonton. And then 24 hours after they actually relocated themselves, number one, and their families, and the business, they set up in a hotel in Edmonton. And then 24 hours later, the fire department that stayed in Drayton Valley had to shut off the generator gasoline tank because of the fires and so forth. So they literally were on their path to go to Genesis, but they had 2 months more of prep to do before they got there. And that 2 months turned into 24 hours. And so Sabrina jumped into that. They were looking for resources. When we found out what was going on, we reached out and said, listen, what can we do to keep you guys, like in survival mode? Sabrina jumped in because we were already so far into our own Genesis planning at that point in time. We were actually right in the thick of doing our own like massive amount of daily programming. And Jonathan jumped in, Philip jumped in, and these guys helped them set up all their distribution tables and do all the other magic that I don't even know what is and so forth, but worked diligently along with them, with the folks from Answer Plus and the folks from Telelink, help them stay afloat, help them actually through this crisis, which thank goodness is well behind them. They were back in Drayton Valley, I think 2 weeks later, and they survived. They had a very understanding clientele. Well, a box arrived at the office today, amongst several boxes that arrived at the office today, Evelyn. And it is a box of thank you. It's addressed to you, Jonathan, to Sabrina, and to Philip. And I'm sure there's goodies in there from the ladies up at Intercon as a way of saying thank you very much for what you guys did. That's the type of industry that we work in, guys.
We missed you last month, Gary. It just went by so fast.
Yeah. It was kind of strange not to be attending one of these ones. I did think about it when I was off in the UK, but anyway, for about that long.
Yeah. Anyway, no, it's super, and I love it. Seeing the Client Ovation Awards, we don't get that every month, but
the Award of Excellence, especially though, because it's sort of sometimes kind of thought as being, well, the 10 calls, and the 10 calls is sort of the tapping into what it is that we do, but the 10 calls are backed up by a whole team right behind it. And you know, as a business owner and sort of having my finger in all the different areas of the business, and having done all the different jobs in the business, so sort of really knowing this business from the inside out, the nuts and bolts of it, nothing happens in a vacuum, and it certainly doesn't happen in a vacuum here. It starts the minute the phone rings, and it ends with an AOE call, but it's everybody. So I really hope that when we are presented with one, that everybody, regardless of whether you're a frontline person or you're the furthest person back in the chain of bringing a client to the business, understands that no one department is more important than any other department. The importance is right across the entire expanse of it, because if we were to take out, well, what was the game show, the weakest link, right? So you got one weak link and you take it out of the chain, and the chain is no longer a strong chain, right? Yeah. So it's the way that I've always felt about it, and it's why I always harp on it, to make sure that everybody understands, and even for our frontline people, it's not just the frontline people that get the calls, it's the frontline people that also don't get the calls, but get all the other calls 365 days a year.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know when they're going to come in, and the importance is what you see is what you get, right? So that's what we say to our clients, our prospective clients, when they call us, right? What you see is what you're going to get. That whole idea of transparency. We're one of the only companies in the marketplace that actually have web portal open. Well, now My Team Web open to our clients to go and say, hey, listen to calls. We believe in ourselves. There you go. And it's not going to be like you're going to call us one day and say, hey, can I listen to a call? And we go, oh, sorry, that recording, son, that was the only one that didn't get recorded that day. But I believe as an owner that my most important job is to go out and find the best people I can possibly find, and bring them and recruit them and retain them into the business. So when you nurture positivity, you get positivity in return. And I think that that's the whole basis of the way that I look at what I believe is the culture of the business. And you will get feedback. We will get progressively, hey, Lily. Hey, Lily.
Oh, hey. I thought we had a new agent.
Yeah, that's child labor, Ray.
That's against the law.
Following law already, so.
Although I think technically she works for me and not for I-24.
Yeah. Yes, please.
And then you get that kind of feedback from people, because it's indicative. We had 2 client ovations this month. And I think it's indicative of all the other positive things that our clients think about us, but don't necessarily kind of reach out and necessarily say, because in the busyness of the world and everything else, it's not something where we immediately go. We immediately go when it's bad.
Exactly.
Makes me crazy about humanity, but we need to go where it's good, right? Anyway, I've monopolized enough of the time today.
Oh, that could never happen, Gary.
No, never.
No.
This Gary moment was brought by.
We're going to start getting. I should go solicit sponsorships, commercials for the Gary hour. It's the Gary Blair Show, starring
Ray Hiltz for best supporting conversation monopolizer.
Congratulations again, everybody. Well, thank you all for coming. Until next month, keep the wows coming. Keep the thank yous coming. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.